Hey everybody, this is Rustin with Metalholic and the Examiner. With me today, Frank from Hatebreed, out on the road for the Divinity of Purpose tour. How are you doing and how's the tour going so far?
I gotta say, everything is awesome in Hatebreed world. The record came out yesterday, and the reception has been amazing. We have a lot of people behind us on this one, and the shows have been great, and it's just good to be back on the road with new material. It's been 3 years since the last record, so all is well in Hatebreed land right now.
Nice. And you guys just got back from Europe, but I was going to say, it's been 4 years between albums, and it kind of reminds me of that Frank Zappa from Chic Your Booty, where he says, that shit's going on 2 tours old, we got to come up with some new shit, man. It has to be nice to breathe fresh air into the set each night.
Absolutely. Playing a couple songs from the new record. Got a single out, and the second one's coming out, video for Honor Never Dies. Everybody knows we released a video for Put Us to the Torch. If you haven't checked that out, please do. And it is good to be breathing fresh air into the blue. I mean, another thing that's great about the band for us, the way that we do keep it fresh, and so this is something a lot of people don't know, is we don't use a set list. Jamie will shout out what song we're going to play, and we've got about 2 seconds to think about how it goes and start playing it. So, which is really great for us and the fans, because of different songs every single night. So, that's how we've managed to keep it fresh the last few years, and kind of, it's like Peyton Manning calling an audible up there. So, it's fun. Yeah. So, to say the least.
It keeps you guys on your toes, keeps the fans psyched. Now, the new album, The Divinity of Purpose, came out yesterday. How much of the new album will fans get to hear on this tour?
2 to 3 songs a night. A thing about it is the album's so new that, a lot of people don't know it, yet. Maybe the diehards do. We don't want to bore the audience too much with songs they don't know, obviously. But, we're giving them a taste. 2 to 3 songs a night, and it's been great. The reception's been good, and people are into it, and, we'll continue on, maybe adding more as the time goes by. But for now, it's 2 to 3 songs, and, we do a mixture of songs from all of our records, so there's something for everybody as far as live shows concerned.
Right. And as we said, it's been a while. It's been like 4 years since the last albums came out. Jamie's been doing his solo thing, the Kingdom of Sorrow thing. There's been a lot of touring going on. But a lot of things change over that span of time. What was it like getting back into the studio for a new Hatebreed album?
Well, it's never fun. It's long days and listening to the same things over and over. But, at the end of the day, it was nice for us because we had the time that we usually don't have to make this album. So we were able to go back and really review and tweak and rearrange the things that we wanted to. So I don't think there'll be any looking back on this record saying, we should have did this or we didn't need to do that. I mean, one of the beautiful things about the positive reviews that's coming in for the record is that everybody is talking about what a strong album it is from beginning to finish. So that was probably the best part about getting back in there and creating our new album for sure. Having the time and just being able to really go back and make the album that we wanted to make and having the time to do it.
Right. And Divinity feels like a little more straightforward than the last album. Am I wrong there?
No, you're not at all. Fortunately for us, we're a very universal band, and we have fans in the metal scene, in the hardcore scene, in the punk scene, in the hard rock. So we're able to go outside of the boundaries as far as, maybe just a regular hardcore band would be concerned. But at the same time, it's hard for us because we have to walk a fine line and keep everybody happy. And I think on the last record, we tried a couple different things, and we went out as far as we wanted to go, as far as experimenting goes. And at the end of the day, and Ashes They Shall Reap is one of our biggest songs in the set, and Everyone Bleeds Now too, of course. But, I think on this record, we definitely went for a more straightforward thing, and it's just us doing what we do best. And, you're absolutely right about that. It definitely is more of a meat and potatoes thing.
Right. Now, how did the songwriting process work for this album? I mean, I've never really had a chance to ask anybody in the band that before, how it works for you guys as a whole. Is it mostly Jamie, or you guys all come in with ideas? Or
Well, Jamie and Chris are the sole songwriters of the band, and as far as the music's concerned, since day one. So, the music comes from that root, and once it's brought onto the table, then we decide what we need to do with the song. if anything, tweak some things, rearrange some things. And, the finished product, what you hear has all 5 of us written all over it at the end of the day. So, it's kind of fun that that it's a group effort, especially after being a band for 18 years. It's still the operation. We're still friends with each other. We still ride on the same bus. We still have a good time and joke and laugh together. So that is the songwriting process, though, and it's hard for a band like us that's been around so long that, let's face it, our music's kind of monotonous. I get it, Hatebreed, it's hardcore and this and that. To come up with something that sounds like Hatebreed but still be fresh. And I think we've done a great job with it on this record. Really happy about it, and we're all really proud of it.
Absolutely. It's a great record. And what is the Divinity of Purpose?
Well, it's open for interpretation for sure, like a lot of our song titles are and slogans, I guess. But, things happen for a reason in life. Jamie's a firm believer in that, and we are too, and you really don't realize, you might not properly realize it until that time comes, whether it's good or bad. Hopefully it is good, and that's really what the title is talking about. So, like I said, it's open for interpretation, but that's basically what it is.
Is there a song or two on the album that really stand out for you?
As with any record, even if you're a fan of it or somebody that's in a band, it changes from time to time. This is my favorite song. Oh, wait, I like this one. So right now, I'm going to say that Bitter Truth is my favorite one, which is, it's buried at the end of the record. But like I said, the record's strong from beginning to end, so it doesn't, I kind of wish it was earlier in the album because it is a great song. But then if you ask me in a week what my favorite song's going to be, I'm probably going to tell you something different because it's that new. But I love Bitter Truth a lot, and I love Before the Fight Ends You. I could pick a bunch at this point. They're all unique in their own way, for sure. You have the very metal Dead Man Breathing, and then you have the very punk Indivisible. But as for now, I love Bitter Truth, and the feedback from that one's been pretty good. I have a lot of people have been weighing in on what their favorite songs are, and that one seems to come up a lot. So maybe we'll work that one into the set at some point too. That'd be nice.
Well, and that's a nice segue because you said early on that, every night Jamie just sort of calls the audibles on what you're going to play, but when it comes to the songs from the new album, you said you're only generally playing 2 or 3 of them. Are you playing the same 2 or 3 songs every time from the new album, or is he changing those up too?
No, it's Honor Never Dies and Put It to the Torch. We're definitely play both of those every night. Just because those are the 2 singles, right now, and we want to get everybody familiar with those. And Indivisible is another one that we've been playing live. We did that in Europe a lot as well too. So
nice.
Those are the 3 for now on this tour. But we'll have to see. Obviously as time goes on, we'll dabble deeper into the record and start playing some other ones.
Excellent. Now, you guys have played, because you guys are constantly on tour, and you will be again this year. You guys have played damn near everywhere. Is there any place you guys haven't played yet you still want to get to?
Well, the thing about that is, I always tell people, Hatebreed has gone to places that some of the biggest of rock bands have never been. And you're right, we are on tour a lot, and we do go all over the world. Recently, in the last couple of years, we had a chance to go to the Philippines and Thailand and Indonesia and all that, and that was cool because that's one of those places. It's always nice to go to someplace that we've never been before. Now I understand bands are going to India. I know Slayer has recently been to India, and I heard South Africa as well. So I guess that would be great to go there. Anywhere that we haven't been, it's cool. It's a big world with a lot of countries, and any place that'll have us, we're more than willing to go. So, especially when some of our friends' bands have been there as well.
Nice. Now, I got a fan-submitted question for you. Do you have any pre-show rituals that you or the guys sort of partake in to get ready?
Well, they all have their own things. Matt, being a drummer, he's in there warming up for sure. And Wayne likes to get in there early, the other guitar player, and warm up a little bit and make sure we get in there early. And Chris and him go in about the same time. Jamie and I are the ones that wait until the last second, and then we are, all right, time to go play. That's just how we we do it. So for me, I don't do anything at all. For me, just to relax up until the last minute and turn that switch on is what I do, and I know that everybody's got their own little things that they do, and, there's nothing too crazy. We're not in here doing, jumping jacks and all that kind of stuff. But, we bring it, though, 100%. Hatebreed's an energetic live band, and it's definitely a crowd participation thing, and, when it's time to turn the switch on, we do it.
Absolutely. You guys give 110%, I'd say. You guys have played on Mayhem in the past. They're not announcing who's playing for another month or so, but any chance you guys might be on it this year?
I'm not 100% sure because, we're lining up all the European summer festivals right now.
Right.
And those are so massive over there. And we spend so much time flying back and forth out of Europe all summer long that, it's really hard, and the thing about that is it's like, if you don't play one this year, you got to play one next year. So like the ones that we didn't play last year, we're on this year. And I'm not 100% sure what the dates, if they conflict with the Mayhem Fest or not. It would be nice. We would we did Ozfest more than any band besides Ozzy and Black Label Society. So, and Mayhem we've done a couple times as well. So it would be nice for us, at this point, to get back on the main stage like we were on 2006, where we were going after Laguna Coil, but before Event Sevenfold. Something like that would be great for us. We've headlined the Jaeger stage, we headlined we played on the second stage so many times, and we did the main stage at one time. I think for us, we would like to get back over to the main stage at some point on Mayhem. We would do Warp too, though. That's the thing. The beauty about us being a universal band is we would love to do something like that as well. And Hatebreed did the Warp Tour. It's probably a lot of you don't remember this, but it was in 1997. Yeah. They were on the Warp Tour, so it's been a long time. But any of those summer festivals in the States are always nice to go do. It's like heavy metal summer camp. It's you and all your friends, and
right.
It's a good time. So we would like to be back. We'll see.
Well, and you were just over in Europe, and you're going to be doing a lot of those festivals and stuff this year. Why do you think European fans are so much more responsive and supportive of hardcore and metal than they are here in the States?
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but they just care about the music. And they're very, what's the word? It's very cut and dry over there, in the States. Everything's so accessible here, and the kids have everything at their fingertips and are a little bit spoiled, I hate to say it as well, but it's true. And I think that the kids, unfortunately, are sucked into the trends and the fashions of the music, and that's why you see kids jumping from scene to scene. And it's really unfortunate because all it's done is really divide the underground music scene into these little subgenres, which make the show small, make it hard for bands to tour, and it's just not good. In Europe, they're fans for life. If they like your music, they'll be with you forever. And they're kind of blind to the fashions and what's going on and who the cool band this week is.
Right.
I really think that that's what it is. I really do, and I kind of hope that it changes here as well. You see people over that are 50 years old and at your shows. I mean, in the States here, it's different. I think a lot of young kids get into this heavy music underground, and they jump from scene to scene, and then by the time they go to college, they've forgotten all about it, and they're older, and they say, when I was younger, I used to listen to this crazy music and this and that, and that's just not the case in Europe. Their life was over there.
Right.
It's a real treat to go over there and play to that, and I kind of hope that that's what ends up happening here.
Yeah, I think here we get a little bit of that short attention span theater. We can only follow something for so long, then we're goggled by something else. It's like, squirrel!
Yeah, exactly. And that goes beyond music. And,
right.
Our media is great at making that happen, too.
What are you into outside of music and family?
I'm a sports junkie. That's the only thing I watch on TV. Every night I'm watching sports. So I'm totally into that. I'm a huge Lakers fan. I'm a huge Broncos fan. I'm a Tampa Bay Rays fan. I'm a Florida Gators football fan. I love NASCAR. I travel the country to go to that. And when I'm home in Florida, I'm at Disney World a lot. And I'm at the beach or I'm fishing. I enjoy the southern living, the slow pace and the barbecue and the racing and all the things that. And I lived in Cleveland most of my whole life, and I've had enough of the cold weather. and that's where I reside. So that's why I'm into. Everybody does their own thing. You know, Chris, and he has a family, and Jamie as well, and Matt. You know, Jamie's busy. Everybody knows that for sure with all the things he's got going on. Everybody just lives their life when they're off tour because we don't have too much. That's not too much of our time off tour. So
exactly,
it's only about four months a year, I would say, at this point. So
absolutely.
Sometimes we do 300 shows a year. So do the math on that.
Exactly. So then Rush made it into the Hall of Fame finally this year. Kiss and Deep Purple are still hanging out there in left field. Which one should get in next?
Well, you know, the thing about that is it's hard to say. You know, I mean, Deep Purple were around first, and they're one of the most underrated bands always, I think, and because they, you know, you always hear about Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and the heavier bands since back then, and obviously Ritchie Blackmore is one of the greatest guitar players ever. I'm a Kiss freak. I have a Kiss museum in my house, so I've seen them 30 sometimes, you know. So I'm gonna say Kiss, but if you want to argue Deep Purple, then go right ahead. I mean, my parents told me that when I was a baby, I used to, every time Smoke on the Water would come on the radio, I would stand up with crap in my diapers and hang on to my dad's tower speakers and dance. So that was probably technically the first band I listened to, even though when I was 5 I had Kiss records, but. What? They both should be in there. And when you look at and I'm from Cleveland, you know, so I'm kind of feel like, you know, I'm even a little more bitter than your average person on some of the bands that are in there and some of the ones that aren't. It's ridiculous. Eventually, you know that they're going to be in there. They have to be for sure. I mean, Kiss, like you're talking about, they hold the record for the most gold records sold. They're the most merchandise band out, you know. And in Deep Purple, how could you not have Deep Purple in there? I don't get it. You
exactly.
know, Run DMC and Madonna in there, please. It's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it's not. You know, they should change the name to the Popular Music Hall of Fame. So.
Yeah, it's become sort of blasphemous. Kiss is my band. The reason I asked that question, I'm actually writing a book on the side about Kiss. So I will leave you with this final question then. When was your first Kiss concert? What was the first one you went to?
My first one was I saw them on Creatures of the Night with Vinnie Vincent and Eric Carr, and I was glad because that tour ended up, it was 1983, and the Plasmatics opened, and the tour ended up, because of poor ticket sales, they didn't end up finishing the tour. I think it only went in about 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through, and then the tour ended, so... You know, I vaguely remember it, and then I think the next time I saw them after that was Animalize. So, yeah, for sure. And then obviously when they got Peter and Ace back in the band and did Reed, I saw that a bunch as well. So it was good to see the original 4 too.
Nice. Frank Novinec of Hatebreed, the new album, The Divinity of Purpose, out now. They are on tour, the Divinity of Purpose tour, with a great, great lineup. Get out and see them. Frank, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. Look forward to seeing you out on the road at some point this year. And be safe out there, brother.
My pleasure. And everybody check out the record. You won't be disappointed. And you're right. We will be out on the road all year and coming to a town near you for sure. So come check us out. Check out the new album. And thanks for the interview.
Take care, brother.